Don't have too much fun out there, Nell.
Welcome back to the MagCast, episode number 18. Hey, we're still here. I guess that's probably not the best intro, but seriously, most podcasts just die by this point.
I like that. We're still here.
You can't get rid of us. We're the podcast under the fridge. Tasty. But, we have like this... Wait a minute, this isn't small at all. I'm just kidding. After the past couple episodes, we've had like... Yes, that is what I said. For real. We had like six and seven people the past
Large
few times.
crowds.
Big crowds, because we're really popular.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
we're pretty exclusive. But today we just have, you know, some core people. Like in Saltabot.
Hello.
And Eggs, of course.
Hi.
Way! And Dray.
I can't think of anything funny to say.
That's fine, because you've made enough funny. No, don't you do
You
it!
slay me.
Don't you do that, Eggs.
I'm
That's
sorry.
banned. You're out. No, I'm just kidding.
You're the reigning slayer.
And our
Oh.
very special guest, Dual
Oh.
Pro.
Where am I right now?
What is
I
this?
took you hostage and made you come on the MagCast to be positive.
Help me.
And also, Lantis isn't here. There's a really big hole in the MagCast tonight.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, I think we're all feeling it.
Yeah, actually, he told me to be him whenever we talk about, you know, our big story this week.
Yeah.
I was also told that.
This is weird, because I think he told us all that.
Wait,
Oh, really?
the Lantis?
Also, Parasite Eve 3 third birthday is awful.
Yes.
There it is.
It's like when someone rigs Secret Santa and then points all the gifts at himself.
Yes.
He's like, you're special. You need to carry my message for me about how much I hate this company. You're special too! And you! And you! You're all my best friends. Now do my bidding, puppets.
I love it.
Except, you know, this is righteous and cool. So
Right.
yeah, with that being said, let's just get right into it and do some free play.
Free play.
Alright, so free play this week. Someone in our community, someone amazing, someone hilarious, did something entirely unexpected with replacing a delicate part of Shadow Fox's Ocarina of Time LP that Hypercam messed up horribly. And that person is Dray. Dray, would you like to explain your fill-in episode for Fox?
Yeah, so, like she just said, Shadow Fox was recording Ocarina of Time, and then he went and paused the recording, which I never do because that tends to mess things up, and sure enough, it messed things up. His recording crashed, and we lost the stuff that we had recorded.
But yeah, I was
Right.
actually there when that was happening. Not to cut Dre off or anything, but yeah, I did see when it happened, and I was like, oh no, what are you going to do about that? So this is actually interesting.
Yeah, and I really hate it when there's lost content. I will stop watching Let's Plays if there's lost content. And it's like, I'm in this Let's Play. I can't let that happen. So what I did was I immediately started working on this little project to explain to everybody what was going on. And, you know, I could have just did a little recap with a still image, but no, I had to do better than that. So I drew up some really crappy drawings and slid them around the screen to show everybody what was going on.
But seriously, that's an understatement.
Yeah, it was.
Like the
I
Goron
loved
rolling? Oh my gosh, like that part where the little Link GF Goron son just rolled and then turned into a little dude, and the rupee part.
Oh man,
And the hook
my
shot.
favorite part was halfway through when you had him, when you reenacted a moment in the game that kind of glitched in the game, and Shadow Fox had Link do a move which is pretty much impossible, and the camera couldn't follow it. So you reenacted it beautifully, and you even showed what the game should have showed, which is him doing a backflip off of a roof and landing far below, broke his legs, and he made an odd crashing sound. And the rest of the LP, oh, it was glorious. His little legs were all bowed out and broken. The entire time I watched him walk around from that moment on, I was just busting up. It was great.
Seriously. I didn't expect it, and it really
had me
picked up my
rolling.
day.
Yeah, but I made the drawings awful on purpose. If I had tried to make it look good, that would have just made the video suck. Sometimes it's funny to be sucky.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
really
made it more
is.
hilarious.
Because it sucked that the video got lost, and it was some of the stuff in that particular part was hilarious, and I love the rock glitch too. That was well done.
Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing
swings.
how detailed but not detailed it was.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yes,
just enough.
but I highly recommend you check it out. Seriously.
I wish you would do an entire LP in that. Like, don't even
I
show
was
any
thinking
gameplay
it.
footage. Don't even do any. Don't worry about it. Just do that animation.
My gosh, I can't imagine how long that would take.
It would take forever.
Oh, it would take a long time, but it would be so worth it. Maybe have a sub channel of just that.
Animated LPs.
Yeah, it would be
Dray's
so great.
moves. I don't even know. Raccoonish Studios. It was amazing, and everyone on the mag should go watch it. And if you're not on the mag and you just watch the races, you should go watch it, because you probably like Zelda. Everyone knows Zelda. And you can get the general humor from just that.
Yeah, I've never played that game, believe it or not. I only played
Really?
like 20 minutes, and that was when it was brand new, and this is a separate story, but just, it wasn't my style. It wasn't Zelda. For me, Zelda is 2D. But I gave up on it. So everything that you were showing, I didn't know about, but it didn't matter because you narrated it so well and explained the situations as it was going that it made plenty of sense. It was great. Well done. I just want to say I loved it.
Kudos indeed.
Well done.
Well, good. Very
Thank you.
good.
Hey, Orange, how come you didn't ask us what we've been doing this week? Don't you care?
Well, with Lantis being gone, actually, you know what? I did mess up. So, Iggs, how was your week?
Oh, don't ask me now.
Don't ask you now.
Oh,
Don't even know what. No, I don't
Have
know.
those quarters
You
already
actually-
rolled?
If
into
you
the
don't
arcade
wanna
machine?
know-
you are
You
sleeping
should-
on the
you should-
couch.
I'm sleeping on the Mag's couch tonight, apparently, and I have a fever. This sucks.
But
but
if you
seriously.
really must know,
Yeah, I kind of do.
can't
It's my
believe-
job to know.
I can't believe this. But anyway, this week I've been working on the Mag Chat.
Yay!
You're working on, you mean like something pertaining to V6? Did you
Yeah.
just stop me and say you're still working on V6?
I didn't say that. I'm working on the Mag Chat, and I have gotten a bit further into it. It's got a few bugs, but it's going pretty well. I'm probably going to be holding that till V6 arrives, maybe. So
No, but seriously, it's appreciated. It really is a better chat than Flash Chat.
Even though it's not finished.
Even though it's not finished
Yeah,
and
as
it's
bare
bugs.
bones as it is much cleaner, much better. No crashing. No. Oh man, I do not like Flash Chat.
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
absolutely
also,
don't like it.
Yeah, and I also picked up Walking Dead, which I'm playing through now.
Nice,
and
nice.
I like so far.
Nice. Alright. Good. Oh, quick question. Is version 6 going to be ready to debut at MagCon?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
I was just making sure.
Maybe at the next MagCon.
I had a plan to actually release it, but the thing is, I went back into it after I finished a lot of stuff, and then I went back so I could make it cleaner and make it more scalable for what I want to do next.
Ah.
But,
Very much true.
if I had to give a date for V6 to actually fully release,
Duke
it would
Nukem
probably
Forever.
be Future.
Future. Alright.
But I
How oddly
I
specific.
I think 2013 is the year. That's just
Year
me.
of the Mag.
Yeah, no more than just 2013 because I don't want to say like, oh, it's coming out next month, and then it's like, oh,
All right, March 25th. Got it. I'm with
Got it. Okay, April 1st. Got it.
Yeah.
April 1st. Okay. There you
You
go.
should have used that joke. I'm
I
serious.
should've.
I have comedic gold over here. Come on, Fryman.
Mm.
But seriously, has anyone else done anything super interesting or not interesting this week? I'm sorry,
I
forgot.
finally picked up Batman Arkham Asylum, and I was playing it, streaming it, and Duel was with me,
Yay.
and lots of fun.
It is.
I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, you haven't played Arkham Asylum yet?
No. First time I played it was, what was that, Duel, like 4 days ago?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
I played it for
in
about
it.
4.5 hours, and it's really good. I'm surprised that even with everybody telling me how good it was, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. It's as good as they were saying, you know? I'm
Yeah.
really enjoying it.
Good.
Yeah, and I'm sure.
Excellent to hear.
After you're done, you'll probably love Arkham City because that game. Whew. Yeah.
I will, after I finish Arkham Asylum, I will make that decision then.
Yes.
I don't want to say now that I'm going to jump into it, but
Mhm.
it sounds likely. And also, I'm looking forward to Red Dead Redemption. I think that's going to be the next big game I play, even though it's 2 years old.
Mm.
Still a good game.
It looks too good to miss, and if I don't play it soon with the new consoles on the way, I'm probably going to miss it.
Yeah. So many sales going on, guys.
Yeah. I've noticed that.
Like there's just so many games they will, and I want to buy them all. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, if this had been
Get in my pocket.
if this had been 1995 and games are just all over the place for like $5, I would be like, use my allowance, mom. Get it here. I would have eaten,
Gira.
I would have eaten everything. $5 a piece. Like, and I'm sitting here not buying games not because I don't have money. It's just because I don't have time.
Yeah.
Like if I see, well, I'm in a pretty unique position because like if I start playing a crap ton of games, I will never get work done in the mag,
Ever.
and the mag
It'll be
needs to
over.
happen. So
Right.
yeah, so that's where all my time goes pretty much.
Um,
But yeah,
fair
oh man, I
enough.
want to buy some more stuff.
I
What you up
have.
to, Duel?
I have played 2 games over the week. One is old and one is new. One is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Oh, I love that game.
Good.
I love that game.
Ooh,
That's a good series.
Second one, oh man, like the music's been in my head all day. I keep like quoting the game. It's just so good. Second game I've been playing is something called Banner Saga on Steam. Have you guys heard of it?
I
Oh,
have
wow,
not heard
dude.
of that.
I literally, before the show, was looking at that game. I was just scrolling through games, and randomly that one caught my eye.
Yes.
And
How is it, Duel?
Explain it.
It's basically it's sort of a turn-based game, sort of like Advanced Wars, but you are controlling warriors in a very large city.
And it's free to play, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the great part. It's free to play. It has a really good art style. Like really good, and it's turn-based, but it has a lot of depth to it. Like you can attack, you can use abilities, but you can also add willpower to increase those attacks. You can also You can also break an enemy's armor so that when you actually go for the kill, you take a lot more damage. And one of the best parts about it is like a big social aspect. Like when you're in the city and you're buying your guys, you're buying your units, you're upgrading them. There's a chat box and you can see all of these people just talking about their ranks, their units, and it's cool. You can challenge them in tournaments. And I played a guy. His name was like some dude from Russia, and he whooped my ass pretty hard. But yeah, it's
I'm
fun.
on the site now looking at it, and I love the art style.
Oh yeah. Free to play, you
It's
can't
hand
go wrong.
drawn, sort of high detail hand drawn, but far away. So even though it's far away and pretty detailed, nothing is cluttered.
Yeah,
It looks clean.
It's fun. I recommend it, and it's free, so you can't really complain.
Can't go wrong with free. The best price. How about you, Dray?
I am trying to find a way to fix my gaming ADD.
Oh, no.
We were talking about this.
Yeah, I have this issue where I would start playing a game and then midway through the game I'd try out a different game and lose progress in that other game, and I've had this problem for a long time. I've thought about doing long plays. I started doing long plays, maybe having videos where I would show my progress would make it so that I would keep going through the game and actually finish them, and that started out okay, but as it turned out, it took a lot of effort on my part to get those long plays up because I would add in timestamps, and not to mention, since the videos are long, that involves really long upload times, so I wound up giving on those kind of. So the idea I'm working on now is to create this blog thing, but I'm questioning whether that's a good idea. The smart thing to do would be to just talk about where I'm at in the game with a still image, but of course I have to go the extra mile. I have to plan out what I'm going to say about where I am. I have to show the video of what I did. I'm including little clips of relevant to what I'm talking about, and it's taking just as much effort to put that together for a 13-minute video as it did a 2-hour long play. And so I'm not really sure if I'm really going to go through with this idea. I might be onto something. It's kind of interesting what I'm doing. I'm not entirely sure whether I'll actually upload this or not.
That's fair enough. I think it's a really cool concept, and I actually had a book blog I was doing a similar thing on because I need to read more, I feel, and I play a lot of games. And I abandoned it like 3 years ago, but I'm trying to fix that. But I'm all for cool blogs like that. I'm actually kind of similar to Dray. I have like 13 3DS games. I haven't beaten a single one.
Oh, wow.
Not a single one. I'm still getting games. You know how it is. I just got Fire Emblem as a digital download, so I made a new backloggery account, and I'm forcing myself to finish all my games, and it's not like I'm not having fun. I just get so distracted, because there's so many games. Like, WoW could take up all your time by itself.
Oh yeah.
It could. And I like it, and I like my guildies.
Problem we all have.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, certain games are just, Skyrim, I think, is one you could spend a year just playing Skyrim and finding new things. I mean, it's easy to get stuck.
But I'm not so much worried about getting stuck. It's just easy to get distracted. It's like, I feel like playing something else. And then, by the time I get back to that other game I was playing, it's been so long, I just start right back at the beginning.
Right,
and
because I forget where I'm at. Luckily, I don't have to do that in Ocarina of Time, though, I feel, because I've been watching, Fox as he plays it, and I'm like, oh, I'm at the beginning of the Fire Temple. I've seen what happens before this point, and I've played this game a ton, so I don't have to go all the way back to the beginning, I'll be fine. And that's what I'm working on right now. Good times. And all I can think about is Dray's animation when I'm in that little area before the Fire Temple. And I'm like, wow, these graphics are great. But why is there wood? Why is there wood? Oh my god. And my worldview has been shattered. Thank you, Dray. That being said, since we're right in the middle of free play, I guess we're just unloading. But, Insultabot had a pretty cool find, and I forgot to put it in because I'm an idiot, of online Bomberman. Would you like to go into that, Bot?
Yeah, I actually saw this on Destructoid.com and thought, oh, who cares, and it's not a big deal, and Bomberman is great, but, it's old, it's done, who cares? Then someone said the word online, and then suddenly I was a little bit more intrigued. It's nothing new. Bomberman's been online before. It's happened on Xbox Live Arcade back when the 360 was new. What was that, 2007? So it's nothing new. But what is new is that it isn't about being the last man standing. It is a score-based system. And not only is it not just a small map like you're used to of 4 to 8 players, it's a huge, huge persistent map, and it is filled with 1,000 players.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know the scale at all.
Yeah. Huge. 1,000 little Bombermen running around. I'm sorry, it's not Bomberman, it's Bombermine.
Bombermine.
So it's different. Yeah. It's different.
So does it look like the Turbo Graphics one or whatever? Like kind of updated?
It doesn't look. It's nothing like. It's nothing high detailed like that flop of a Bomberman, of course.
Yeah, but that really did flop.
It looks like it's in the lower PlayStation 1 graphics days. It's a browser
so it's not like the earliest of the Bomberman games.
It looks good enough. It looks good. It doesn't look wonderful, but considering it's completely browser-based, nothing to download, nothing to install, you just go to bombermine.com and play. It's that easy. And I really enjoyed it. I played it for about an hour. And you gotta think there's 1,000 people on this huge map, all blowing up and destroying the map, and it's a persistent map. So why doesn't everything just become rubble and ruins? And what ends up happening is small areas of the map get sort of refreshed, and that keeps it so it doesn't get too boring. So there's always something to destroy, places to explore, power-ups to find, and when I say power-ups to find, there's a lot of power-ups in that game. You can pick up so many power-ups at once. It's not so limited, and some of them are rather unique. There's some poisons. I don't know what they're called in Bomberman because I'm not too huge on the series. But one of them turns you into Kenny from South Park, and you can't do a thing.
That's a new one, but that's hilarious.
You can only die. That's
all you can do is die. So
this is a troll power-up. Awesome.
Yeah, so you got to watch out for those. But you also power up and get stronger and stronger bombs, and are able to break some blocks that were previously unbreakable. And all it does is tally your kills and your deaths and keep score up to that point.
So it saves in your browser, probably using cookies?
I haven't gone back since I played for that 1 hour. I don't know if it actually... Okay. If I went back, if it would still have my score. I hope it does. But it every time you die, it gives you... it gives you a small scoreboard showing at the leaderboard, basically. And I don't know if it's persistent, just like the map is, or if it refreshes after so long.
Fair enough.
But
I'm gonna have to
highly
check
recommended.
That out.
Completely free, nothing to install. It's a browser game, so easy.
You can do this.
You can play it at work. No one will know.
Just, make sure they're not tracking your history, though.
Yeah.
That would be bad. That's alright, though.
Yeah,
alright.
Clean those series of tubes.
Clean those tubes. Story mode.
My pipes are clean.
Story mode.
Cabin Boy reference.
I never saw it. Never saw it.
It's... We'll move on.
Yes, let's just move on.
So, we have some news about EA and...
excuse me, allow me, because Lantis is not here. Freaking EA!
That was pretty good. That was pretty good, man. You should do some more Lanticisms.
No.
Let me tell you a little something about EA. No! I can't do it. I don't have the charming, genteel draw.
EA and their freaking microtransactions.
I am
that was
done
accurate.
with EA.
I'm done, guys. I'm done.
Ruining gaming.
I'm done.
I bought Dead Space 3. I'm done! That was pretty much it.
That was for you.
That was for you, man.
Appreciate it.
My voice is going, but that was for you.
Lantis, we miss you.
Stop moving stuff for SK. He can move it himself. He's a knight. I'm just playing. So, since the first story has been pretty much debunked and we have a lot to talk about, which was, there was a rumor that their next NextBox games were going to be $70.
Starting at $70.
And the dude say he misspoke, and who knows if that's, true enough or not.
Yeah, he misspoke.
So, yeah, real quick, I just want to say he may have misspoke, but he may have misspoke in the way of it's not something they were supposed to come out and say. Maybe it's just
kind
something that was going
mistake.
to happen. Yeah,
right.
It might have been just a slip, and he meant to say $59, but he instead was thinking 59 is 60, $69. Whoops.
For all we know, he could have been saying $5 footlong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that, EA is like the worst company in America.
Yeah.
So, you can just believe any
testing
crazy
the
ass
waters.
rumor.
Yeah, this slip could have been on purpose to see if people would be that upset about a $70 game.
Yeah, they don't care. They're rolling in money. There was actually another thing this week where they kind of revealed that they're gonna put microtransactions in all of their games, and so you're not just gonna see those in their mobile games anymore. It's gonna be like, it's already in Dead Space 3.
Don't care. Done with EA.
Nope.
I know you're done.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, I know. I'll just go ahead and buy my crafting materials with real money.
Yeah.
Buy the ending for real money.
But
there's a game on the iOS platform, and while this mostly is going to be about consoles and what are they going to do on the console environment, this is what they recently just did on the iOS, the mobile platform. They bought out a studio that made the Real Racing series. So Real Racing 3 was in development when they bought them out. EA's like, oh, let me just kind of help you out with this. So what they did was they took this game and said, normally you play through the game, you unlock stuff, you could buy stuff, but playing through the game lets you unlock stuff, no big deal. But you can't use what you've unlocked for a set amount of time. So if you unlock a new upgrade for your car, you have to wait so many minutes before you can actually install it, and they say you're waiting at the mechanic to do the work. You can pay him to work faster.
That is so dumb.
So you could pay him real money to work faster and get your upgrades installed, or you
Tiny
can
tower
wait so
car
long.
upgrades.
Now, somebody did the math for me. If you look at all the upgrades and unlocks available in the game that you don't have to pay for, you would have to wait over 400 real hours to get all the unlocks to work. Or you could pay the minute sum of over $520 to get all of them faster.
That's like all of those games, though. That's why I kind of stopped playing them.
And I'm scared about EA thinking that this is going to be okay on a console environment. They get away with it on mobile environments because people are playing them in short spurts and don't want to wait and don't have a lot of time. They pick up, they put it down. They don't want to wait for 10 minutes to be able to play this new unlock. So they're like, oh, it's just 90 cents. Okay, boom.
I think it's like that in the consoles now, though, too. Like, Joel, you were playing, what was it, Happy Wars? And they were selling stuff?
Yeah, that was, the free-to-play model. You basically, a lot of stuff to, buy off that. Think about the EA DLC thing is like, okay, I know we've probably played games where there are, like Insult said, there are shortcuts, you can buy it so you get the stuff and you don't have to work for it, right?
Yes.
I've played a few like that.
I don't really mind that. If you're a busy person, I've said that before. If you're a busy person, you have a wife, you have lives, you have children. Sometimes you're just not like, I don't really want to level up. I kind of want the sword now. I'm in it for the
and there's nothing wrong with that, because you have the option to play the game normally or to just kind of jump a little bit ahead and get the experience that you think that is worth your money.
Right.
If you feel it's worth your money to get those higher leveled items faster, that's your business. You could play the game normally, or you could spend a couple of bucks.
Yeah, the only time that I have a trouble with DLC is when it's stretched and it's like in overabundance. When I bought the first Dead Space back in like 2008, and I went on to the PSN store, they had like 50 pieces of DLC. The fact that there was so much kind of put me off. I don't want to buy any of this because there's so much of it. I get why people would say, it feels cheap, it feels annoying, it feels like I don't like seeing so much DLC. I can get that. I guess in one way you can consider that nickel and diming, but I feel like that's sort of like the vocal minority, because a lot of people who don't go on video game blogs and video game sites look at that and like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna buy this. Gonna buy it.
Right.
Well, I'll say that EA, at least for Dead Space 3, they did the whole DLC okay, because it's in a menu. You don't have to go to that menu at all. And if you want to buy some extra materials, then fine, you can buy them. And if you don't want to buy them, then that's fine too. So all the microtransactions did not get in the way of me playing the game. Now, I'm fine with that sort of DLC, because I'll never touch it, because I'm not going to pay money for, ones and zeros.
Yeah.
I think the final word on that, though, is pretty much we all want a game that's playable without having to spend money, because that's pretty cheap.
The whole idea of that one game where you have to pay real money if you don't want the game to wait for the game to let you use the upgrade is just underhanded.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're playing softball in here, something.
Putting on some baby taps on our wallets, which, But I don't play those games, and, hopefully that won't go to the console market, but it's not far-fetched. They'll probably try something like that.
I see it coming. I see it happening. But I really don't think that they're going to really push the whole waiting type of implementation on the console environment. I think it's going to be
money.
a lot more like what Dead Space 3 did. I think it's going to be a lot of what Dead Space 3 did, but more exclusive content, like
limited time items, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to make it be enticing and make you want to spend those dollars.
Right. One more thing, Ixzion, I kind of agree there. One of my nitpicks with DLC is basically having to like, I get out of the experience when it says buy this DLC now, and it takes you right to the PlayStation Store. Like, make it accessible.
Oh man.
What?
Yeah, don't break immersion. Don't break immersion.
And if Dead Space 3 does it that way, that sounds like they're doing it right, even though it's not something that we are necessarily into. It sounds like they're at least doing it right. Like
in Max Payne 3, on the multiplayer mode, if you don't have the DLC or whatever free DLC, you get this big title screen or menu screen that says, "Hey, you got some DLC here. You haven't downloaded it. You should probably get it. I mean, you're gonna like it." I'm like, no, I just want to play the game. I don't want to download your DLC, Max Payne.
Stop it, Max Payne.
Now, let's see. Somebody that did it wrong, I think, is there's a Sony game called MAG, massive action game.
Yeah.
And I like the game. I like the game a lot because I played it. I got to level 70 on all 3 factions. But like they have you can only have 1 character slot. Like you have to buy extra character slots per month.
What?
And on top of that, in the game they have this DLC only special. It's called Super Heavy Armor. So it gives you extra buffs that you don't get if you don't pay for a DLC, and that's
That's
not right.
bull.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah.
So if it gives you a basically unfair advantage in a multiplayer
Don't do
environment,
it.
a competitive environment,
That's actually what Happy Wars is sort of like.
Yeah, I don't care if like it's a whole bunch of different hats and avatars. I can't believe they could actually get away with charging money for your digital character to have a hat.
Oh, dude, you should see Korean MMOs.
yeah.
You would have a field day, free-to-play ones like MapleStory. But, Egg,
Well-
speaking of, like... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Dray.
Well, I'm sort of in the ballpark of actually buying aesthetic things. I mean, for a long time I played Second Life. Right now I'm not really into it, but I spent actual money on avatars and clothing and that sort of thing. And on
I'm
Xbox,
okay with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and on Xbox
Yeah.
Live, I actually spent money on my avatar for a pony, which has absolutely no purpose, but I wanted a pony.
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah, well, if you want it.
You want it,
That's
you
exactly
get it.
it. Those aesthetic items give you no advantage over anyone else in a competitive environment. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
That's fine.
But there was one other thing you mentioned, and now I can't remember what it is, but I really wanted to comment on it.
You're talking about me specifically?
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Paying for extra characters, character slots. That's not necessarily a new thing. Final Fantasy XI, if you wanted another character, you had to pay for it.
Really?
But there are online games that let you have multiple characters for free, like World of Warcraft. So it's sort of, some games do it, some games don't. It's really not a big deal to me. I'll just not play the games that only force you to
Well,
use one character.
Guild Wars 2 does it, but they give you, I think I said that wrong. Guild Wars 2 does it. That sounds better. Sorry. They give you 5 character slots, though. So that's just for, like, the Ultaholic, I think. And I
Yeah,
think that's fair.
But the thing is, like,
it's free to play.
Like, I have a character, and then, like, what if I just want to try different outfits at a time? Like, I have to delete my entire character to go on a different path.
Actually,
I don't want to experiment.
Yeah, PSO2 is like that. They
Yeah.
only give you 1.
Actually, I just remembered one thing about Final Fantasy XI. You generally don't really have much of a reason to create a different character because
yeah.
you have the option of changing your classes at any time you want. And in World of Warcraft, your one character is stuck as that one
You're
class, so you
stuck.
have a reason to create other characters. So it's
yeah.
situational.
You know, on a small little tangent about what you just said, character classing and changing character classes, what I would love to see games do, especially RPGs like the ones we're talking about, is give you a preview mode. Take you to a place that isn't in the actual world of the game and let you just see what some of these character classes are like at higher levels. Just give you
Right, because
a
people
training.
don't know what they're going to want to play right
Yeah.
when they start an MMO.
It's so
something.
hard. I sit there in Phantasy Star and any game like that and Elder Scrolls, all these games that give you classes and choices in the very beginning, the very, very beginning, before you even know what these classes are about, because they give them their own unique names. You don't have any idea.
Yeah,
So
you have to spend an hour or so just trying to research what each of the classes are
Exactly.
like.
It would be so great if they would just simply give you a preview. That's all I want. Or let me respec later, even at the cost of in-game currency and all that.
Yeah, whatever.
Before we move on, I have one more thing about DLC. Sorry.
Please.
I think the end all be all here is if you're gonna release DLC, you have to do it in in a good way. Moderation, I think, is key, because you
Yeah.
can't just don't throw like 50 weapon packs onto the Xbox or PSN store at the same time. Like Max Payne, I keep going to Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 kind of does it a little bit right, because they have they release DLC maybe like once a month, or just they keep it in moderation. They don't throw it at you and say, "Hey, buy it now." They say
Saints Row the Third did that.
They did?
They came out with the game, and then every Thursday after that for months until THQ died, new stuff. Be it just simply costume packs or new cars to drive, or also guns to use, or new moves that you can use.
Yeah,
that your character can do, and it was just too much.
Right. I think when they do that, that's when it comes across as nickel and diming. That's when you feel like they're just money grubbing. Yeah.
And at the time, I bet THQ was, because I mean, look what happened to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very, very sad, and yet EA is thriving like
freaking
no tomorrow.
You bastards!
Taking on all of our money and spending it on DLC. The end.
I need food, EA. I need to eat. I can't buy your stuff, man. I gotta eat.
It's like chicken nuggets from Wendy's or a hat.
That's exactly
Chicken
it.
nuggets or horse armor.
Shut up, Amy!
Thank you, Iggs. Much needed levity to the discourse. So, Iggs brought up a story for a couple of them for us this week, and the first one is Skullgirls controversy on Indiegogo. Over character funding. Would you like to go into that?
Indiegogo.
Controversy.
Yeah, so Skullgirls is a very unique fighting game for PC, I believe, and at least 360, the live. And they funded an Indiegogo or they're starting one up for adding a new character to the lineup called Squiggly. And so they're asking for $150,000. And just the complete flurry of controversy. Everyone's like, "Oh my, $150,000
to just add a single character." That does sound like a lot of money.
It sounds like a lot of money. And so there've been articles and people on forums. It's like, "Oh my, I could do a character for $500 and I could just be in my garage."
The couch devs.
We could do it for free. Well, first of all, nobody wants to work for free.
Yeah.
They need to get paid. They're like, "Oh, well, okay." So the breakdown of it.
And if it's on Xbox, Microsoft is taking a good chunk of money just to do an update. It costs over $10,000 to get them to think about letting you to have an update.
I think they put that in their pie chart.
Yeah. So so here's the breakdown of where all the money for this $150 is going. So $48,000 is going for the staff. It's 8 people for 10 weeks, and this is from the staff actually taking pay cuts. $30,000 for animation and cleanup, contracting. $4,000 for voice acting, and this is where a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, $4,000 for voice acting! I could just record it in my garage studio."
Just a voice actor.
But you're not a voice actor.
Yeah, this is a professional quality track, not your garage band crap.
Yeah, and they have to rent a studio too. They have to pay the people that are running the studio.
Yeah.
And mixing and all that.
And remastering and
Yeah, it's not
editing.
Just getting your cheap Windows or Mac microphone.
This is going to probably take thousands of man hours to just do one character, and that's a lot of people getting paid. It takes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Then there's $2,000 for hitbox contracting, which is important.
Don't say it's not. That is so important.
Exactly.
I threw away a fighting game on the Sega Genesis once because I thought that the
hitboxes were just
I didn't know what a hitbox was back then, but I was like, I'm taking damage and he didn't even touch me. I got mad and threw it away.
I think it would be worse if they released this character and made you pay for it up front. They are releasing it for free for the first few months, right?
Yeah.
Whoever gets the game and helps them with the fundraising they're doing will get it free. So everybody will have it for free for 3 months. That's the time you can download it for free.
Well, I have something to say about that. Their goal is $150,000. They've not only met that, they've exceeded that. Shouldn't everybody get it for free? Because it's already been paid for, and they already made a profit on it.
Well, they're not using it to make a profit, and Yeah, I've only mentioned like half of the stuff that they got for it, but yeah, they did.
It's not that they made a profit yet. It's simply that they made just enough money to do what they needed to do. Now they can use the rest of that money to make it better, or to even give you better rewards, like what you're saying, free. They could offer it for free for longer, because the longer it's free, that's more money they aren't making in DLC money.
Yeah, but actually what they're doing is adding even more characters now that they're getting more money. And they're adding stuff like extra stages.
You know, that's a good point. They could probably add another character if they do it at the same time. They can probably... That's what they're actually doing. Yeah.
So far, what they've broken it down as is Squiggly was for $150. Then it was $25,000 for her stage and her story. So they've already hit that. So the next character they're going to have is the first dude in Skullgirls called Big Band, and like the play style of this game is really, really different. So like you don't have like a whole bunch of Ryus or anything. Like everybody is very unique. But yeah, going back though, I didn't even finish like what the rest of the budget was even for. Like okay, so
but point blank, I think people are just being entitled and whiny.
Exactly, and they have Q&A testing. $20,000
bugs.
Yeah, and
important.
Just when you add a new character to a fighting game, you have to make sure
Balance.
that that it's balanced and the hitboxes are right, and they can hit each other, all that good stuff, or you might throw the game away like Insultobot did.
Yeah,
or you can break your entire game. Like if people feel it's unbalanced, sometimes they'll just freaking quit. They'll just quit.
Out of curiosity, do you happen to remember what that game you threw away was?
I want to say it was like a clone of the... Oh, come on, X, you can help me with the name of this. It's like Samurai something?
Samurai Showdown?
Yeah, it was a clone of that, I want to say. It might have actually been one of them, because there were so many.
Clone of... I think...
I don't know. It could have been like Fighter's History or something. I don't know.
But it definitely had an Asian backdrop to it. Everybody had those like long robes and long hair, and
Yeah.
It wasn't Street Fighter.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think people need to chill, man. Those Shoryukens cost money. People
yeah, those cost big Capcom dollars. Apparently,
Shoryukens are. I think big money's on crazy things.
$50,000 a Hadouken.
Yeah, yeah, and like $10,000 for the first party certification. So that's Microsoft's cut right there. $10,000.
I guarantee you it's going to cost them more than that, because if they have a single issue and they have to ask Microsoft a question, more money. If they
get punished.
If they have to interact with Microsoft beyond this initial contract, they have to pay again.
Yeah, that's really, really bad. And other indie groups have expressed frustration with that.
Yeah, like
them,
Retro City Rampage. He released that. It cost him so much to put that out on all the consoles it came out on first, like Microsoft's console, that he basically spent $20,000 of his own money to fulfill his promise of putting it on Wii.
Wow.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah. He didn't get paid, but he put it on Wii, and it cost him $20,000 to do it.
Wow.
Kudos, man.
Just to fulfill his promise.
So, Iggs.
Yes.
We go from one indie fighter to another, and I saw this while it was being developed, but you have some news for us.
Yes, I most certainly do.
Thank you all.
And just real quick, for the breakdown of the cost for Squiggly, there's probably going to be a link to an image in the description.
Yes, you can see it yourself. All sexiness intact.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the next thing upon the agenda.
Yeah, we have an agenda, people.
A couple of weeks ago, the main six, who are the developers of the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, or Fighting is Magic.
Fighting is
game.
Magic.
They got a C&D from Hasbro after they spent,
of course,
like 2 years. They must have spent like a year and a half on it so far, and I think the main reason that all caught is because
no pun intended.
They were doing a charity for or a video game related charity to help people out, and I guess that got the attention of Hasbro lawyers. So they
'cause now it's almost as if they're representing them and backing a charity that they don't know about yet.
Yeah, so that so then they were just like in limbo. But last week, Lauren Faust, who is the creator of Powerpuff Girls and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic,
and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends,
and that
sorry, shameless plug. And that show's awesome.
So she reached out to the Finding His Magic team, and she was like, "Hey, y'all, do you guys want some new characters?" And
so they wouldn't be licensed by Hasbro, so they couldn't get in trouble.
They built all this stuff, but they can't use it right now. But
she doesn't even work on the show right now either.
No, she left the show.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is awesome.
Today,
so no conflict of interest.
Right. So today it's official that Lauren Faust is now working with the main 6 team to bring out.
She's doing all the art.
Game. She's going to create brand new characters for them.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's
good,
great.
because Hasbro has turned basically into, like, they do this with a lot of their franchises. Like, I have a lot of Transformer head friends, and the same thing always happens.
So here's her first post. It's really short. She just says, "Hey folks, I'm super psyched to be a part of this. I hope I can do my own little part to help Main 6 finish this game up in a way that stays true to the spirit of the original, but in a way that can be freely shared."
Probably more so than the show.
Now, one of the animals that
nice.
One of the animals that they were talking about making, because it would probably have to be like quadrupeds to be feasible for the animation or not.
You better be telling me there's a bear.
No, actually, alpacas.
Alpacas?
Alpacas.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, check out
versus llamas.
I don't know if you can see. We'll have the image in there.
We'll have a link.
Check out the chat right here for that.
I'm gonna click this link. Oh my god, that's kind of adorable. Alpaca. How cute.
Glad she's doing this because like Faye said, the Hasbro is pretty much looking at the show like my little cash cow, my little
cash cow, ripping off nerds out of all of their cash.
Buy our stuff.
Now that's not an official drawing or anything. That's just what somebody said. Could happen.
Yeah.
But I think it's still interesting. I think that'd be the fun story. Go ahead, Dray.
Now, just to clarify, is the game still going to be about My Little Pony, or are they going to give it a facelift?
It can't be about My Little Pony because
they'll get them even if they have lookalike ponies.
Too happy.
So all they're going to do is change the names and change the sprites, and everything is good.
Yep. And everything it'll be able to be freely shared.
That's really cool of her to do, though. Like, she's like
is.
the face of female animators and stuff like that.
Because
there's not a lot of head ones that I've seen, and she's super awesome. And I hope she gets another cartoon out soon that doesn't get pillaged.
Yeah,
and burnt to the ground.
At least she didn't turn her back on the fans.
That's what's really impressive.
Yeah,
she still cares about her work so much that she backs up her fans.
But this is well beyond, the Call of Duty, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, boo, Call of Duty.
Boo. We can't even use a phrase because a video game licensed it.
I have 2 words about this news.
We're getting a C and D now.
Oh yeah.
we're gonna get a C and D from Activision about you saying.
We're also gonna get one from Hasbro now.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I was totally wondering what you were gonna say. Those 2 words were. I was like,
I thought you would have called it.
I was trying to, but I didn't think about it at all.
That's great.
Yeah. So and this, she got my respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Respect, Knuckles. Right here. See, I'm just gonna do it right now.
Also called the
Right
Bro
there.
Booth.
Right there.
My knuckles hurt.
But
That
hey,
news was so good.
The game was so
So
far
much
along.
respect.
It's such like when Sega put the C&D on Streets of Rage
Streets
remake,
Yeah, I
of
was
Rage.
just thinking that
which
too.
is so good.
Oh man, I'm sad about that one.
Like,
Hey guys,
why did
you remember the time Square Enix shut down that Chrono Trigger project? Yeah, Square Enix.
freaking Square Enix?
Freaking Square Enix.
You know, Ix, speaking of that, after this, maybe you and I should do a quick LP of Streets of Rage 2.
Man, I hated that because Sega's like, Sega's pretty much, hey, you got a nice product here. Too bad you ain't releasing it.
Great work!
All they had to do was just like buy it. Just buy it from. Just like, look, we want this on Xbox Live. I would have bought it. I would have bought it straight cash money.
Yep, $20.
Yeah.
They should have just bought it from him.
I would have
Whatever.
bought it for $20. 20
You know how,
bucks, yeah.
You know how Alex's movie's Grand Upper, that was a grand fail, thanks to Sega.
Nice.
Yes. That was a
That's like the
perfect exclamation
catchphrase of the episode. Noise.
point. Noise.
It's the new oh yeah. But yeah,
oh no.
we have one more big thing to talk about with RPG Maker Minute.
RPG Maker Minute.
RPG Maker!
Wait, before we get into that, can I do like you know how some podcasts have like a little music between the
Yeah.
topics? I'll do one right now. So here's
Okay,
us
go ahead.
transitioning to that. All right, welcome back to MagCast.
Lovely, lovely.
We were changing the set pieces. We
Okay.
brought out a giant gobbly, and we have a couch, and it looks like the system data menu. But anyways, there's a pretty cool topic Dray made in the forums, and this was like a couple of years ago. I'm just giving credit where credit is due. And that is, how do you brainstorm ideas for your RPG Maker games?
I'm not even sure why I created that topic.
Because you're awesome.
It's a good discussion piece, and it helps a lot of new
Yeah.
people come in and see what others are doing. And that's the biggest thing that writers love to do. Writers typically make writing groups.
Oh yeah.
And they'll meet up locally. There's it's a huge thing online, and RPG Maker doesn't have as many aspiring writers as, say, aspiring novelists.
Right.
So for us, it's important to do that on an online environment such as the RPG Maker magazine forums. And that sounds like the perfect place to do this.
Yeah. What about you guys? How do you brainstorm your ideas?
I don't typically sit somewhere and focus on it.
Mm-hmm.
What I have done in the past, and I do it a little bit less so because I've kind of dropped my focus away from making games and so much to playing games. But I keep a notepad, a dedicated notepad of maybe 30 sheets in my pocket, just a small one. And anytime I think of something, I whip it out, write down a quick note and what I was doing that made me think of it. And then when I get home, I'll go through it all and add it into the game if it fits.
Yeah, it's important to have your ideas down. When I brainstorm my ideas, I have to pretty much be not distracted or doing something that's not very taking up my time, and basically being alone with my thoughts. Helps me.
I think that's important. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the notebook is a great idea too.
I also have a notebook that I can write stuff on. Like, I just have these ideas where I think, wow, that's a really good idea. But often it's in the middle of the night when I wake up. So I was like, I'm not going to write that down.
Nocturnal emissions?
And then, yes, emissions
I'm
from
so
my
sorry.
head.
Yes,
Head
yes.
only. No, not that head. I mean,
Yes.
my
That
brain.
was excellent.
I mean, the place where my eyes are.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Right.
Right.
The
My
notebook.
eye container.
Notebook idea is good because I think I mentioned this before. When I made Bon's Dorito Dash, I always talk about Bon's Dorito Dash. I just write a list of topics and subject. Like I think I said this before, like pizza. Okay, how could I take pizza and put it in my game? But like I said, I have to be alone with my thoughts to really, really focus on brainstorming.
That's fair enough.
When I was in high school, I actually took some of the ideas for a game I was actually working on for RPG Maker 1 before I even knew about the mag. I actually incorporated them into book reports.
Wow. Cool.
So some of the book report projects were expand on this novel. So I would take the setting and the characters from the novel that was in my book report and then apply my themes and my plots to it as part of the epilogue and the continuation. I would try to fit it in as best I could.
Huh.
And that was basically a good writing experience for me to get the ideas out and try to see how they sound, I guess.
Yeah.
And it got me good
pretty
feedback too, because an English major gave me feedback, so that was helpful.
Yeah. I think the best way for you to brainstorm, for anyone to brainstorm RPG Maker ideas is to take inspiration from like other media, from movies, from other games, it's not ripping off, but everything's been done before, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about cliches and don't go out of the way to include them or not include them in a game.
I would
do what you do.
if you're gonna take one, just do it to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
Just do it really well. Because the thing is, like, nobody extremely cares that an idea is unoriginal. They care about the execution of the idea. They want your take done brilliantly.
Yeah. Give it some twist. If you're gonna do the broken bridge thing, don't make it a broken bridge. Make it a broken fence or something.
Yeah, just walk across a broken fence.
There it is.
or like if you
we hear you though.
Let's say you have the story of the Billy Goats Gruff. The 3 Billy Goats Gruff.
Yeah.
And the troll. So in my version, they're still like the Billy Goats, and it goes pretty much the same. But like the troll could be like Dick Cheney, something like that.
Oh my gosh!
And that's unique, and they just tell the story. It's like, all right, what are you doing around my bridge?
I really hope you make this.
Yeah.
Why isn't this made yet, Iggs? There's a bald guy in RPG Maker 1.
Oh, it's probably not made because then someone would have to Rule 34 it.
Oh. For example, instead of the burning village, do this. Have a character want to come in and like tear the village down to build like a mall or something, or like I want to make this the greatest item shop ever, and I need all of you villagers out of here. Get out.
There you go.
Get out.
Hey, you know how some all the time where a village is set ablaze.
Yeah.
How come a village is never set afrozen?
Huh.
Same end result.
Or why doesn't it never like rain when the village is burning? Why can't it just rain?
It usually rains afterwards for the heart-touching scene, duel.
Right.
It gotta wait. It waits.
Like the blue-haired anime guys, like my village is burning. I must go on a noble quest. Are those clouds? It's getting pretty cloudy up there. It's the village is saved.
The village is saved.
Yeah,
No
I was really
adventure.
disappointed when Legend of Dragoon had a burnt-down village.
Like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
My favorite tavern, it's gone.
Or you could play as the pyromaniac that burns down all the villages.
Yeah.
bad
Dre,
guy
we
needs a
didn't-
guy
we didn't
for
hear
that.
about how you brainstorm.
Yeah, I don't really make an effort to try to brainstorm. I just randomly daydream from time to time, and every so often I'll start thinking about my game ideas, and through thinking about the ideas, I come up with new ones, and that's basically how it works.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fair way of doing it. I actually do something similar. I kind of think about it when I'm not actively sitting and developing things. So I carry a little notebook around, and I try to jot stuff down as it comes to me, like little beats of the story. Nothing super huge or big picture, but little details that might hit me right in the head. Like tiny pebbles, not boulders.
Ow.
Yeah, the
stuff
ones that clack on your window late at night, not the ones that shatter it and wake up the parents.
Right, not a meteor or anything like that. But basically a lot of my ideas come from music sometimes, like certain music feels, like otherworldly music can sometimes spark it. Like, I got this idea right now for a game that involves, like, a city, and I haven't even, like, planned out, like, a main conflict or anything yet, but some of the music I listen to just kind of puts the images into my head of a game like that, in that kind of environment. Other media, of course. I mean, you can't avoid being influenced by what's around you.
Right.
And what you play and watch and read and all that good stuff. And, in terms of a more unique kind of approach, I really like Art Nouveau stuff. So when I see, like, really cool jewelry pieces and stuff and the kind of shapes, when I want to make, like, sprite art, I kind of let that influence me. Like, I haven't gotten a lot of it done, but a lot of my rough sketches are inspired by Art Nouveau and, like, the curves and all that good stuff.
Nice.
I like the style.
For anyone out there, wanting to help brainstorm ideas, I think a great way is to also think of scenarios. Like, I had an idea for a game about an orc trying to hunt down a troll. And it's basically like one-on-one in a very, very, very rainy sort of like hard fantasy. So like inspired by Oblivion. Like there was a quest in Oblivion that was like, wow, this is great. I think that like I could take some of that and twist it around and make it my own.
Right.
So like so if you think of scenarios, like just come up with random events, like the whole character coming across a broken fence. Come up with that. See if you can like put a plot around it, or see what else you can do. But also that helps boost the brain, I think.
Those are like the little pebbles I was talking about, like...
Oh, right.
Like individual scenario pieces like that, and it kind of tied into the last thing, just the very... Oh, well, there's two last things, I'm so sorry. The first one is I tried something new I saw on a writing forum, and that's using a basic tarot card reading to develop a character. And I was curious if it would work. Like, you have to use your own intuition to kind of piece everything together, like future and conflicts and personality. And I'm not good at reading tarot cards or anything like that, but I got some for Valentine's Day and I was like, this is cool. I'll try this.
Nice.
And I actually got a cool reading.
Yeah, like
and that was awesome.
Gonna make a pirate, make that pirate afraid of water or something.
Yeah,
what a twist.
Give some backstory.
What a twist.
There's an article that was written by the Nasher that I think we should talk about next week. I'm gonna make sure we find it.
Alright. Sounds great. And, like, the very last thing I had, because I got into some crap about this on the official forum, is kind of what inspires me to make games. It's, visibility. Like, speaking of scenarios, like, there aren't that many gay characters in RPGs.
Right.
And there's no reason there couldn't be. There's always, like, a romance between a
What
dude
about Cloud?
and a chick. He's not gay? Wait, Zach? What?
They cross-dressed and everything. I mean...
Yeah, but an actual queer character that isn't...
A joke?
It's nothing out of the norm. It's not a joke played up for laughs. It's not just cross-dressing. It's an actual trans person.
Or like,
working.
just a black character that's not...
that too.
A mashup of just...
Every
straight up
stereotype.
Gangsta and...
Haven't we had enough of white guy with blue hair? That's all I'm saying.
And also angry
no
black man.
Yeah, let's have a black guy with blue hair.
Yeah, let's do that.
There you go.
Who's
a
not
trans
angry?
black guy with blue hair.
Ixzion,
And he's gay. Well, no, you said trans.
Lee Everest from Walking Dead does a great job of averting that sort of stereotype.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it so far. I'm only like 10 minutes in.
Yeah. I think that you're very right about that, Duel, but the thing that bothers me is even though they did the good job of not having the angry black man that was in Dead Island, they still started the game out with the black man in cuffs in the back of a cop car.
White guy developed that.
They did.
I'm willing to overlook that.
You're lucky this time. Next time Ix is coming for you.
You could always watch
Blacktown.
Django Unchained and cool down.
Oh, Blacktown.
Don't, the moral of the story is don't be Legend with subtle racism. Like, what in the actual hell? That's the second time I've had to say that. And you don't need to include a minority character in your game. I'm not saying, a good game has to have that. But don't crap on people for doing it in their own games. To, whine about your lack of skill. Like, you think that they're just doing that to get attention or something stupid like that, or to get automatic acclaim, because they're not. They want to make games about people like them and their own. You write from what you know. That's about it. You make games from what you know. And it's just really crappy when people are just like, oh, that's an attention grab if you have a female main character, or a gay main character, or a black main character. It's really stupid.
Right.
That's how I feel. But yeah, I've been waiting to squeak that one out for about a year.
I think, I think that's a different topic about, sexism in video games.
Oh, totally. Because,
we don't have time for that.
Yeah, we do not.
That's something that there's a lot of, and we don't
Cloud
have a lot of
can't
time
be a
to talk
girl.
about.
He is such a good little wheelchair guy.
Just for game creators out there, do your best, man. Do your best. Do what you love.
Yeah,
make
regardless, do what you love.
Yeah, make the game that you love. Sure, you can rip off Ness and all that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
rip off Ness. Does he even talk?
I don't know.
He doesn't even talk.
He has a baseball hat. He doesn't have to talk.
But just like, don't be afraid to put non-white, non-male.
Yeah, don't listen to the angry neckbeards.
Like, just every main character in games now is white, extremely bulky, and bold.
I'm a space marine. Oh,
we have enough of that in like retail games. If you want to be different,
with 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh yeah, yep.
Or is it 5 o'clock shadow or 3 o'clock shadow?
It's like 12 o'clock shadow on those guys.
Yeah.
Caucasian,
and by the way, don't feel like you have to have a gun or a sword.
Or a gun sword?
Fight with a different weapon. How about fight with like
a rose?
Like Suikoden did. Suikoden had the lead characters use other.
I liked his little weapons. I don't know what they're called. Fox probably knows.
How about even a bow?
Yeah.
That's so gay. How could you say that? My white mage waifu needs to wield the bow.
Yeah, that. I was actually talking about like a bow stick, though.
Yeah, break the stereotypes of character
sweet.
models, and you'll do a good job.
Or don't, do whatever you want, but make it good. Gosh darn it!
Dang it! Darn it!
You youngins on your PC makers.
Before we go, to anyone listening to this, please send money to the MagCast so they will release me. I'm currently held hostage here, so you can use the help.
We like taking people hostage. We did that with Dray last week.
200 rubies.
And you still suffered for it.
Mark, I help.
And we all suffered for it.
Mayokai.
Mayokai can't save you now, Duel.
These chains, I cannot break them.
Send 1 yellow rupee to our address. You know what the address is.
At the assigned time, or Duel Pro gets it.
Help me.
Sad face.
We're gonna make him play Dragon Knight 3.
No! Anything but that. I'd rather play Kung Pao 5 times or Legend with my eyes shut or something.
No, that would make Legend better. We can't allow that. We cannot. But, wow. That was actually, pretty awesome, I gotta say. And that's why the console maker community still kicks ass. We got ideas. We're the ideas people. Come to us.
Right.
We don't need no yawn flash scripts. We got ideas.
Yeah, we're like a brewery. We have ideas brewing in our heads. Come on in.
Yes. Now I'm thinking of alcohol. Thank you, Joel.
I need some alcohol now.
You need a beer. We'll give you one of those being held hostage and all.
Tall glass.
I'm sure Atlantis would want it.
Tall glass of Guinness.
Tall glass of creativity, baby.
Yeah, that's how Joel gets game ideas. Don't listen to anything else he said on the show.
Go.
That's how the end was developed, so...
Hey, I made the end with a lot of ingenuity, okay?
In lager.
There's no alcohol.
It's a great game, you guys. Remember that ending?
Yeah, the end. Yeah, the end. He's a great guy. I hang out with him every day.
It was a dream.
It was all a dream. Don't end your game like that. That's the last thing. Don't take inspiration and do that. Just don't. Come on.
Words of wisdom.
to live by. It's for your health. But anyways, with that, I think we are at the end of the MagCast for today.
Oh yeah.
And I would advise that you check out people's stuff that they're working on, because there's a lot of it, and I don't even have a list of it.
I'll tell you, as soon as this is done, I'm going to get a quick lunch, and then I'm streaming some more Batman Arkham Asylum.
Nice,
There you
nice.
go.
All right.
Continuing where I left off last week.
And my Super Widget LP is still going on. There's a new episode on Monday.
Yes, I
Whatever
have,
that is from here.
Streaming.
I have RoboCop LP. Check that out, please, 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 please.
Help a little dual
If it's
pro out.
anything like your Arthur LP, I'm all over it.
Don't remind me of that.
You should be all over it. Dre, you have anything you're working on? Darkwing
Like I
Duck?
said, there's that video I'm working on that's sort of like a blog video, but sort of not, and I'm still not
I'm
sure if I'm
interested
going
to
to
see
upload
how
it.
that
I'm
turns
still
out.
working on it. It's almost done. I'll figure it out in a little bit.
That sounds entertaining. And if it does get done, it will be linked. For this episode will go up a week after we record it. That's just the way it goes.
Mm-hmm.
As for myself, just working on my RPG Maker game. So hopefully there will be more tech demos that are more exciting than just the sprites flying around on the screen. You're welcome. I do this for free.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna go beat Bowser's face in, speaking of which, on New Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
Fred's done.
Okay.
But with that, let's go ahead and close up shop. Send questions to RPGMMagCast if you have them, or tweet at RPGMMag, which is just how it sounds. And the lovely Insultabot should be there to help you and document questions, and if you got them, we'll go ahead and answer them on the show. It's good times all around.
Was that first one a website or a email?
Email.
All right, you
Sorry.
didn't actually say the email.
At Gmail.
Oh, wow. At Gmail. Sorry about that. I ruin everything. And the second is a Twitter, and you will need a Twitter account, obviously.
Tweet, tweet.
Which is cool. Tweet, tweet. And
Rocket,
as
rocket.
always, stay healthy, stay safe. We're going to be back next week.
Same bat
we're not
time,
done.
same bat channel.
Same bat time, same Mag time, same Mag channel.
I wanted
Indeed.
to say that when Info was talking about Arkham Asylum, but whatever.
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
Damn! I wish I had me some chicken and waffles, dog.
Oh, I see that's our next RPG Maker character. Anyways, till next time.
Now we're just rambling about nothingness, so let's just say goodbye.
Yeah, end it.
Bye.
Fred's done.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, Lantis!
Gosh.
But really, Lantis, where are you, man? Come on.
Are we
Still
all
recording?
fine?
They're probably hammocking up.
Oh, yeah, banana hammocks.